And what is happening this Monday night? Well, folks, it is day 405 of this journey towards the CCIE number, routing and switching. And things are going well for Monday. It's been busy, but it's been good busy. Welcome folks in the chat or otherwise just lingering out there. Mark Milo. Hey, how's it go, Mark Milo? Good to see folks. Yeah, we're vlogging now, day 405, and talking a little bit about QoS. So I hope everyone's having a good Monday. It's the start of the week. It's the week to sort of, it's a day to sort of think about your plan. What are you going to try to knock out this week? What are your goals? How far are you going to try to get, right, on your in your progress? Because if you're working on a certification like I am, it's a journey, right, of many steps. So I'm a little behind on my journey for this month. During the month of March, my goal is to complete the INE workbook for QoS. And we got a little behind due to numerous things going on, including work. And I had to sort of stop doing labs and get back to some basics and really dig in a little deeper to understand some of these topics. And QoS is one of the more difficult topics in the routing and switching track, as many have QoS and multicast. We got through multicast reasonably well. Now working through QoS, and it's tough. It's more advanced concepts. So, but good stuff. Really important to know, and it's an area I've always felt inadequate in. Whenever I've had to touch on it at work or otherwise, and now just knowing that hopefully by the end of this month, and as I continue to practice labbing it, that I will be a much better resource for information on QoS, for configuring it and troubleshooting it, etc. So I have to say, I've been going through 2 resources so far this time around. And this time around, I'm talking about the lab preparation, not versus the written preparation. I had to understand it to a certain degree for the written, but it has to go deeper. I have to be able to configure it, understand it even better. And I did what I could to get by on the written, to be honest, with the time that I had. But now I'm trying to take the time to really understand it. And I've been using 2 resources. One is the QoS exam guide, which is through my subscription to, my membership at acm.org, a paid membership, which includes Safari Books Online. And that is a book that is the Cisco official exam QoS exam certification guide. It's an older book, but it's very good at explaining a lot of things. That complemented with Network Lessons, and I've shifted a little bit to, I got kind of stuck in an area of the QoS exam guide with the verbiage, and I've jumped over to Network Lessons and been studying that, and Network Lessons has really helped because it's helped me to clear up. So I imagine I'll be jumping back and forth between them. One key thing that I didn't really understand very well until, I think it was yesterday I was reading this part. Last night reading about policing in Network Lessons, and the fact that, really what policing is doing, they both use the concept of token buckets, right? Both shaping and policing. But they use them in completely different ways. And I guess in my mind I had determined that they were sort of being used in a similar way. They both assign tokens. They both, expend the tokens based on traffic that is being transmitted. But after that, a lot of it is different. And it's interesting that in Network Lessons and in the QoS exam guide, they cover, I believe I'm right on this, they both cover shaping first, because shaping is less complex versus policing. Maybe that's why they did it. I don't know, but Formula says a lot of information to take in and be good enough at for the lab, and this is just my take. As it matters, I follow your stream. So much respect to you and everyone else like Tony for putting in a lot of time. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit too, I think. Time commitments. It comes up from time to time here on stream and in Discord. But I have to say, the network lessons coverage so far, policing, I liked it. Right at the outset, it said, you know, look, and it said in really plain language, which is great. It's like these both use token buckets, but policing uses it in a completely different way. And policing is more complex, especially when you get into dual rate calculations and three-color policing. Not so much the coloring. The coloring is, you know, conform, exceed, and violate. So it's not so much that, because you have that concept also in shaping, right? But the multiple rates, that's what makes it a little more complex. You have the CIR and the PIR. But I liked it. It said, you know, these are completely different. They both use token buckets, but they use them completely different ways. So it's like, okay, wow, bing. All right, great. Thank you. No one has really said that to me in all the material I've read so far. Or maybe it's been stated, but it went over my head. Now that I understand shaping a lot better, and then I read this, I was like, wow, all right, good. That's going to help me clear up a lot of things. So what I started to do as well is I started a workflow diagram. I started drawing it out in draw.io, and it's not really screen worthy yet by any means. It's kind of rough, but I said, you know what? I need to go through and just write out for myself the process flow for shaping, the shaper and how it works, and policing and how it works. So I started doing the shaping, and again, one of the main differences is that shaping, the shaper, which does buffering, of course, is using a defined time interval. Like it's a fixed time interval that it uses for the calculations. Whereas police, and you know, everything is based on the time interval and how many tokens are issued, and how often, etc. Whereas policing works differently. So policing also uses the token buckets, but it is replenishing tokens and expending tokens after each packet arrives. It still, of course, is it's time-based, but it's basically looking at the time it took from processing of the previous packet to the packet it has now. So that is a fundamental difference in how the shaper and the policer work. Yes, painting yourself a picture, man. It's so, if you think you're not sure and you can't diagram out the process flow correctly, then you know that, okay, you've got some gaps. Help identify those gaps. Actually, I was wondering this earlier and I didn't have time to check it out. It occurred to me like during lunch or something. I was thinking, or while I was preparing a meal, I was like, you know what? I wonder if someone has already done this diagram. QoS shaping, for example, process diagram. I've seen it in the books, but I always love doing the image search, right? Oh, here's the diagram right here, process diagram. It's not it. I wonder if anyone has already drawn this out. Yeah, those are just simple, like where do they occur? This is not, this is a Linux kernel. Let's see, let's see, process diagram, process or flow. This is pretty cool. I've seen diagrams like this. This looks like something out of the one of the presentations. This is enterprise. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's kind of neat where they have the, conform, exceed, violate. Police as a marker, police as a dropper. That's cool. I try to do these image searches from time to time. It gives me inspiration and or sort of other visual cues. But as I'm drawing this thing out, oh, that's release management flow. Let's do policing. QoS policing. Flow diagram. Flow-based QoS. That's one of my flashcard. Right now, by the way, flashcards are down to like 15 a day, which is very manageable. Okay, this looks promising. It has like formulas in it. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just trying to, why reinvent the wheel, right? Here's trust received, internal. Yeah, this doesn't. Egress queuing model, ingress, egress. This is something like what I'm looking for. Policer marker. Trust, okay, this looks like marking. Yeah, that's like a marking. Some of these are pretty good. It's not really what I'm looking for, but okay, here we go. Tokens enter bucket at the given speed. What is this? Age. H3C technical support. That's probably not in my language. Oh, that's what I should do. Token bucket. QS token bucket process. Okay, this is shaping. This is pretty good. This is McGraw-Hill, this copyright material. Yeah, this is okay. Kind of like this. The only thing about these slides is sometimes they don't give credit to the author, or it's not, it's like bootlegged. That's a pretty good diagram though for shaping. This looks like ATM though. All right, I've seen that picture somewhere. Network lessons, yes. The network lessons ones is pretty good. And I'm looking, it kind of has it using these different diagrams, which is cool. But I'm looking for the overall, like a formal process flow diagram. Oh, this looks promising. Tokens added at policing rate. Bucket size is equal to burst size. Enough tokens. No. This is pretty promising here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. and that is in French. Talk about bucket algorithm. All right. Well, I don't want to take everybody's time on that, but yeah, that's where I'm at, folks. So we're getting into the nitty gritty, and the other thing is I have not even really covered yet is configuration. So the chapter in the book is going over the principles, and then it has configuration towards the end. So I haven't even really hit that area yet. But this week we're going to attempt a policing or shaping lab on stream, either one of these evenings. We're definitely going to do that. So other than that, yeah, it's going well. Time commitments. There's been a good discussion about that in Discord, and it is tough. There is a lot of time that has to be committed to this journey. Some would say that me doing this stream is like I'm wasting lab time or study time. This is good for me, though. Everyone's different. It's good for me, sort of resetting each day and reviewing where I'm at, and also interacting with different people in the community, because that's really important. And support, emotional support, psychological support is all very important. And I get a lot of that by interacting with you folks in the stream and the chat and in Discord. It is a form of recall. Great point, Mark Milo. So yeah, as I'm explaining, and there's a lot of benefits to streaming, and Dimitri's covered this really well in one of his videos. People who are nuts say it's a waste of time. Indeed, yeah, it has been a big help for me, and I'm going to keep on going. Day 405, however many days it takes, CCI or bust, hashtag. But yeah, so there's a lot of time commitment. Sometimes, it's tough on family members. It can impact your career. So I know there are times when, I've been, not just this job, but previous jobs also, where they may have wanted me to take other certifications or study something else. And I've been intent on the routing and switching track all the way through. And I've stuck to my guns. And yeah, I could probably be making more money. I could probably be in a higher position right now if I just focused on the now or the near term. But yeah, it is a commitment, year, 2, 3, or more, just for the CCIE. Some people do it faster, but I've been working at this now for 3, not full on solid. Let's see, February will be 4, was 4, I think. Yeah, I can't. Maybe February was 3 years when I got my CCNP. No, it's 4. Yeah. So anyway, off and on, but yeah, it's a time commitment, and just support the other folks that are spending a lot of time, and it's important to it's a hard thing to balance. I know, and I don't know the exact formula. Every case is different. Every circumstance is different. Every family is different. You got to find what works for you, and but it's just like any other thing that you do on a temporary basis. I mean, you can't really study like that. You could, but some people may do that. But you can't really keep studying at the pace that a lot of CCIE candidates do for extended years and periods of time, and because it's a grind. It really is. But you got to keep on going, and it's like anything else you do on a short-term basis. You put yourself out there, you strive to achieve something. It involves sacrifice for a period of time. So y'all keep on going, for whatever cert you're going for, and realize that sacrifice is going to pay off in one way or another, from the knowledge you gain, from the people you meet, and from just accomplishing something. It's a great feeling when you're accomplishing something like obtaining a certification that you've been working on, and it just bolsters you and gives you confidence to go forward in the future. Thank you for sharing your journey, says Mark Milo. Sure, everyone here, YouTube, appreciate you sharing. Oh, you're very welcome, man. And thank you all for your support and spending time here with me, valuable time. Listen to me blab on about networking stuff. And but help me with my labs and providing feedback. It's great. So anyway, give Tony E a shout out. I know he's got an impending, let's see, April 2nd. So that's like 2 weeks away. Y'all show him some support in the Discord. Show IP Interface Brief is his handle. And just give him a shout out. He'll appreciate it, I know. But he's in that 2-week, preparing for battle mode. And, yeah, give him some support to keep on going. And we all look forward to see how he does. So, no laughs tonight. That's just the end of the vlog. I'm off as well to tackle the VCP NV. Oh yeah, you're telling me about that, Mark Milo. Good luck with that, man. Thanks again. Wish everyone a good evening. You do the same. You're very welcome. Good luck with that. And that's an excellent thing to be, excellent area of study. So do well, my friend. One meat chunk. This is IPv6 and Enterprise. Great article from. I got this from I don't have an RSS feed for this yet to that blog, but this is from someone who's a Cisco champion, and every week they send a newsletter, or every month I should say. So yeah, this is from Scott Hogg, and they're also doing this thing now where really good insights, by the way. I've heard some of these same ideas about IPv6 in the enterprise from the Packet Pushers IPv6 Buzz podcast. There are some really good reasons to do it and not wait, and to at least get started. There's some very valid business case reasons made here. So check it out. But yeah, we're doing on Wednesday. I didn't get to attend the first meeting, but Wednesday at lunch, they have a Cisco Champion Bloggers Club. And this came out of that. This is one, what they do is every week or every meeting, they give tips and advice. People come on. And also you get peers who will review your blog for you and give you feedback on it. So I think this is one that was highlighted in the newsletter, but great read. Check it out. Thanks so much for stopping by tonight, folks. Have a great evening. Sending you good bits to the universe, and keep grinding, keep studying, and we shall see you back here tomorrow night on Land Tamer Stream. Take care.